Hey, hope you're doing good. Quick little talk here in the Bible about something in Genesis that every time I read it, it catches my attention, and maybe I read it differently, maybe. Because again, as I've said in previous videos, I didn't know a lot about Christianity, really only a couple things. So I really went in with a blank mind, and the one thing I kind of knew I had to, unwind that thought and go a different route, because from studying it and reading it, I couldn't accept some things. But this is something that obviously not a salvation issue, so it's not going to make or break somebody's way to heaven, whether they believe it one way or the other. But Genesis chapter 7, the flood, there's something when I read it, and I'll start Genesis chapter 7, verse 2 to 3. I'm going to read here first here. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female, of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. And I do read out of the King James Version, just so people know. But so right there, what I'm getting is, of everything that is clean, he's doing sevens. 7 males, 7 females. Everything unclean, he's doing by twos. 2 male, 2 female. And then in chapter 9, it goes, there went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded. So, I don't know. And then down in 15, they went in Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, where is the breath of life? 2 and 2, it seems like when I read it, otherwise it'd be like 1 by 1, male and female. 2 by 2 and 2, it just every time I get it. And like sevens, seven's an odd number. So then it would be like, well, he's going to bring 4 males, 3 females, or whatever. 3 females, 4 males, and you'd kind of disperse it and have a reason, or be like, so, but that's, again, so maybe I'm reading it wrong or just taking it too plainly. But every time I read that, and, you guys feel free to and comment, or if somebody, maybe be like, man, you're reading completely wrong. Or maybe people will be like, and in Hebrew, kind, all it means is, like different species, all that, or the same, like gender, whatever. So, that's just my opinion in this, how I read it. Hope people kind of enjoy or kind of think it through, just to see, like, so Genesis chapter 7, and, feel free to comment. Adios. Have a good one.